In 2011, Disney Parks debuted Star Tours, The Adventure Continues. Along with it, they introduced 23 unique segments from planets all over the Star Wars galaxy. Since the sequels, Star Wars 7, 8, and 9, there have been additional scenes added from each of those 3 new movies. As of 2019, with the addition of the new scenes, it's said that there are over 140 possible combinations of ride experiences that you could have. And today, the bar is raised even higher, with the introduction of scenes and characters from the Disney Plus original series, The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and Andor. Of course, the number one reason we are at Hollywood Studios today is for the brand new scenes that just debuted on Star Tours, but also there is so much going on at this park. Not only that, but just a few days ago, a brand new menu debuted at Mama Melrose, as well as the hydraulic snack stand that opened last month that I have surprisingly not gotten to yet. All of that plus some breaking Disney Parks news that dropped just today that I cannot wait to share with you all later in the video. And now, we're headed over to Star Tours. Since entering the park, I have not even looked to see what the wait time for Star Tours is, because honestly, I'm a little afraid. This is the very first day they're showing these new scenes after all, so I'm really... oh my god. It has been so long since I've seen the line for Star Tours go all the way to the outdoor queue over here. I'm not looking forward to this. Luckily for me, Star Tours right now is only a half-hour wait. When I first walked up, it did say 40, but then it dropped down to a half hour. One other thing that I did notice is that they have a brand new banner that has all the concept art for this like new scene that's ending the ride itself, depicting the space whales, and I cannot wait. Based off of those who I've talked to that have ridden Star Tours today already, wait times have been anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. Luckily, I think we hit a real sweet spot. Right now it's, hold on, let me check the time. It is only 3:19 and it's already dropped down. I'm assuming past 5 it'll bump up again once people get off work. One other important thing that I'd like to note is that everybody that I've talked to that's ridden it so far has gotten one of these new scenes while they ride Star Tours. I'm assuming that means that Disney is kind of pushing for those scenes to be happening today, although normally Disney does say that it's like completely random, but it's clearly not the case today. Somebody I just talked to rode it 6 times today so far and has gotten a new scene every single time.
Hello there, my name is Andrew from Great Day Adventure, and this is my 8th time riding this.
And you said that you have yet to get the Andor scene, or have you gotten it so far?
I have not gotten the Andor scene yet. I rode this, I think last time I rode this, I was like, oh, thankfully, Andor scene's coming. They turned to Ahsoka for the 4th time.
So when are you going to tap out? That's my question.
If I don't get this next, I'm probably going to tap out.
So I just wrapped my very first ride for the day here on Star Tours, and I do want to do a little bit of a recap. The very first scene of this ride on Star Tours started off with the pod racing scene from Star Wars Episode 1, which I find really ironic because in the coming months is actually the 25th anniversary of Star Wars Episode 1. Wow, I am really old. Also, let me know if I'm the only one, but I've been getting a lot of Episode 1 scenes like every time I ride Star Tours, whether it be pod racing, whether it be like the hidden Gungan City, or like just the Battle of Naboo. I'm getting a lot of Episode 1 stuff. I mean, I'm not complaining, it's just like a strange ratio. Next, we got a transmission from the one and only Ahsoka Tano from the live-action Ahsoka series. And yes, here on Star Tours, it's actually played by Rosario Dawson. This is not just like a voiceover thing. Obviously, she doesn't wear a mask, so it kind of has to be her. After that, we jump to hyperspeed, where we end up surrounded by space whales. For those unfamiliar, space whales are exactly how they sound. Whales in space. Originally introduced in the Star Wars Rebels animated series and then in the Ahsoka series. Now they've crash landed at Star Tours, where you then have to battle with Ahsoka to avoid becoming lunch. But before we hit up our second ride over on Star Tours, we're headed into the Muppets area. Not for Muppet Vision 3D, not for a wonderful rat pizza, but Mama Melrose has a brand new menu that just debuted just a few days ago that we're going to be checking out for lunch. I'm a little embarrassed to say, but until I moved to Orlando, I had no idea that Mama Melrose was back here over by the exit of Muppet Vision. Am I the only one? So if it's not obvious, I have clearly never been here to Mama Melrose, and my main question when walking into this main room is that all of these celebrities on the walls, how many of them do you think have been canceled since being put up on the walls here? Is that an okay question to ask? Let's see who we can find. Who's your favorite celebrity that's on the wall here?
Bob Denver.
Who is that? What does he do? What is he known for?
I do know who Mark Hamill is. He was in Star Tours. Or Star Wars. I said Star Tours. Oh my gosh. Right? Am I right?
Correct. Who did he play?
Luke Skywalker.
Yes.
Okay, well, these other ones that Ryan is showing right now, I know as well. I, of course, know Cameron Boyce, R.I.P. Bobo Stewart was in Twilight. Dove Cameron up there.
Are these all people that have eaten here, you think?
Totally. Like, who wouldn't come here? Okay, so in my personal opinion, Mama Melrose is the worst restaurant at Disney World.
All of Disney World?
All of Disney World. This is my least favorite restaurant. Last time I was here, I, genuinely did not enjoy anything that I ate. So I'm very excited they have a new menu. Hopefully it's a big improvement. From what I've seen online and what my friends that have already dined here with the new menu have said, it's looking like it's going to be a lot better than before.
Okay, we just walked into the main restaurant area and sat down. And one thing I noticed while we were making our way here is that there's a lot of celebrity photos with these celebrities and Mickey Mouse / at the old MGM studios, including some of these really, really interesting finds. Taking a look at some of the photos here on the walls, we have a photo of Robert Klein at the old MGM studios, as well as, I think, Bill Paxton. And who can't forget Lou Ferrigno, as well as his best buddy. Is that Carlos Santana? I think. And maybe the backing band from the Blues Brothers. I don't know what's going on here. Or how about this really bizarre photo of Roger Rabbit from the old MGM studios leaning against a car and getting frisked by what I'm assuming is one of these celebrity guests. It does not get any weirder than this. Oh wait, but it does. While looking around for other photos here at the restaurant, one of the things that I found was extremely bizarre. I've never seen this photo before. I've never seen these characters before. This is clearly from the old MGM studios, but also it looks like, my best guess is that these really strangely costumed characters are some of the villains from the old Dick Tracy show movie. I don't really recall what it was. But in the original plans of MGM Studios, one of the expansions was going to be a Dick Tracy shooter ride. Here's a piece of concept art for that. And apparently they did have some of the characters meeting and greeting around the park. I'm assuming probably only in '89 until they dropped the idea of having that here at MGM Studios. But still, the fact that this photo exists in this restaurant is kind of bizarre. Kristen was so kind enough to order a side of aioli sauce for the table. Here you go. You put it in front of me before, but I don't know what you're...
If you put that on my plate, I would actually be mad. First of all, who eats aioli with mozzarella sticks? Second of all, who the heck needs that much of it? That is I can't even look at it. I'm going to throw up, honestly.
Aioli aside, Kristen did actually get some mozzarella sticks, which I'm going to be digging into right now. Let's see if my cheese pull could be better than hers. If you watched her vlog, which you might have already at this point, she had literally one of the most epic cheese pulls I've ever seen. I am a cheese pull hater. What if I tried a different angle? What if I pull it this way? Do you think that would be could I get a curtain of cheese? I'm doing it. I got to pre-cut. Hold on, look at this. I'm starting a new trend in foodie content. A cheese curtain, not a cheese pull. Ready for this? Why was that the coolest thing?
It also is gross, and now you've mangled your mozzarella.
I know. I don't know who would eat these scraps now, but I know. See, look, it's in 4 mostly even parts. Just go like that. Go for the dip. Over it. It tastes like the mozzarella sticks that they had at my youth group growing up. That would be, just microwave mozzarella. Although there are so many new options here on the menu, I ended up going with the Mama Italian's pasta with chicken, which is bucatini pasta, kale, roasted garlic, cherry tomatoes, and Parmesan. I will say this does run you $30. This is a $30 pasta bowl. So that's a bit much, but we're in a theme park.
It's cheaper than Rainforest Cafe.
Wait, what?
It's cheaper than Rainforest Cafe.
No, it's not. The pasta I got there was cheaper than that. It was $24.
No way.
Yeah, way.
Prove it right now.
Prove it? Well, I'm going to play the clip. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Our main course has come to the table. I ended up going with the Rasta pasta, which is sauteed chicken, broccoli.
I ended up getting the prosciutto and honey pizza, and I added goat cheese to the pizza. I also got the rigatoni bolognese, and it doesn't look the best.
So digging into my pasta, I will say this is a very, very similar dish to the one that I got over at Rainforest Cafe for dinner. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. It'll be in the top corner right now. Other than the chicken seasoning and the style of pasta, it's pretty much the same exact dish, except this one I'm pretty sure costs more. Again, I will have correct myself in the comments if it does. This one cost more. How much did
I just looked it up. The Rasta pasta that Ryan got at Rainforest Cafe was $23.99, and it looked to be a bigger portion than the one he got today. At least it had had more chicken in it, that's for sure.
I do think this one is really, really good, but I prefer the Rasta pasta. See, this is the weirdest thing to say because, like, normally sit-down places within the Disney parks are going to be better than Rainforest Cafe, and for the most part, I've had actually some really, really good food here today, but I think the Rasta pasta was just, it knocked it out of the park, and I can't believe I'm saying that because it's Rainforest Cafe. You know, Kristen's gonna hate me for saying this, but I don't think you all know how good you've got it. There are so many other theme park review people that are gonna review something, and if they don't like it, they're just gonna be like, oh, it wasn't for me, or it's not the best, or whatever. But she will like 100% tell you all the time exactly what she feels about something, and it's very bold, and it's the best, and that's why she's the only food reviewer that I watch.
You are such a liar. You don't watch my videos. He is such a liar because he doesn't even watch my videos. He doesn't even watch his own sister's videos. And I watch all his videos, but Ryan is correct. I'm brutally honest.
After a surprisingly good lunch over at Mama Melrose, we decided to stop over here at the new ice cold hydraulic stand, one place that opened back in February, like beginning of February, maybe even January, that I believe it or not, I've literally not been to Hollywood Studios in that long, so I figured now would be a better time than ever to cover it.
Unlike Ryan, I have been to the ice cold hydraulics stand before, and I got these cinnamon rolls, and I am not kidding you when I tell you guys, these are so dry. I was with my sister Julie when we got them. She was literally choking across the table. I was so close to having to get up and give her the Heimlich. I'm not kidding. That's how dry they were. And I think Ryan got them again this time, and I made sure to get myself a nice cup of ice water because I think he's going to force me to take a bite of these.
Not only does this brand new hydraulic stand offer some new snacks here at Hollywood Studios, but also a brand new seating spot that has been unlocked that has actual like cover from the sun during a very hot summer day here, and also some honestly really, really comfortable seats, as comfortable as a theme park seat can be. We have already gotten a brief preview of what these are going to be like, but these did end up costing me $9.50 for these 3 apparently very dry cinnamon rolls. Let's see how it goes.
Ryan, before you try them, I do have to give you a warning. I will not be performing the Heimlich maneuver today, so make sure you have your water on hand.
I feel like I'm very irrationally scared of these. Like, it's really not going to be as bad as Kristen says. We'll see. How could something look so moist and be literally as dry as the desert?
That's what Julie said, and people quote it.
It's like I'm...
He can't even talk.
It's like they made a hockey puck out of sand. I'm going to do surgery on this and take away the outside, because I feel like the outside is a big factor. Just like, you know how cinnamon rolls, the inside is the best part? That's better. Still really dry. One other thing that I noticed about the sign that's on the side of this brand new snack stand is that these snacks don't list the price on the side while people are waiting in line. They like have you wait until you get up there to see what the price is, so you don't change your mind before actually getting up there, because I feel like although you do get like 3 cinnamon rolls, it is kind of still ridiculous.
Ryan, I want you to get up close in this cinnamon roll to give the people at home a true feeling of how dry. I feel like you could tell by how crumbly the cinnamon is in there.
You're gonna take another bite, right? Go for it.
I am absolutely not taking another bite of this. You're out of your mind.
Now, before hitting up Star Tours Round 2 for the day, I do want to make a quick stop over here at Baseline to stop and talk to you all about some really, really interesting news that just broke for Disney parks, specifically Disney World in general. Just this morning at time of recording, Disney just announced that Test Track is going down for its refurbishment, for its redo on June 17th. That is right, June 16th is actually your very last time to ride the current version of Test Track before it closes down for its, I'm assuming, over a year-long refurbishment. They have a lot of work to do. And based off of the brand new concept art they also dropped this morning of the exterior, they have a lot of stuff going on, including getting rid of this massive canopy that's been here for literally forever. Not just in this current version of Test Track, but the version before that. And the reason it was here is basically to cover guests while they're waiting on the outside queue. So my main question is, what's the plan for the... I know it's going to look cooler and cleaner, but like, are people just going to be standing outside? Is this going to be a virtual queue? Please no. Please no.
Well, I don't think anyone feels as passionately about this subject matter than I do. I think Test Track, out of any attraction at Disney World, is one of the ones that needs a redo the absolute most. It used to be so good back in the day. As a child, I loved that ride, and it does not hit like it used to. It is so broken, and I've talked about it on this channel. I think now this is my third time talking about it, but I am so happy. June 17th cannot come soon enough.
One more massive piece of news that I'm sure you might have seen if you are tapped into the Disney sphere whatsoever is that they debuted the animatronics of the brand new Tiana's Bayou Adventure coming to Magic Kingdom this summer. Taking a quick look at these video clips that Disney Parks released from the Imagineering Labs, you'll be able to see almost every single character that will be existing in this new ride, or at least the new characters. I'm assuming they're recycling some of the old characters, at least from the like ferry boat scene at the very end, which is already, it's been a part of like everybody's rumors and plans. And also the original concept art included the ferry boat scene at the end as well. One other big part of the Tiana's Bayou Adventure story is that they've actually been doing a lot of testing at Magic Kingdom with Imagineers on the ride itself. So testing the track, which is it's a recycled old ride, obviously, so I don't know what they're really testing from like riding it itself, but maybe that means these animatronics that they put out in this video are already on the ride itself, and that was just an older video that they're just releasing now. The reason I say this is because there's a lot of rumors online. This is opening in like early summer, so when they originally announced summer of 2024, I was like, okay, so obviously September 20th, the last day of summer, but it's seeming more and more like the very beginning of June is going to be the opening of this ride, and obviously before that would be the annual pass holder previews, you know, cast member previews, all of that. So I will obviously be covering that as soon as I can.
I, like many of you, saw, of course, all the posts on Instagram of the new animatronics, and they all look so good. Of course, animatronic beignets, snakes looking at the beignets. That's right up my alley. That might be my favorite animatronic, next to Mama Odie. Did you see that animatronic? It looks so good. Actually, I have the second most liked comment on the Disney Parks post about those animatronics. I said, Mama Odie looks incredible. Wow. Second most liked comment, so.
As a surprise to no one, as soon as Universal dropped all of the specs of the brand new How to Train Your Dragon Land, Disney decided now is a perfect time to start dropping all of this stuff from the new stuff they have coming out, including the like model artwork, the work that they're doing on the brand new South American land that is coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom. This video that they posted is literally just like, it looks like Doc Brown's like scale model that he has of Hill Valley when they're trying to like send Marty back to 1985. It's literally just like a bunch of styrofoam carved out, which it's progress. One of the main points a lot of people were criticizing within this video is that they were talking about going to South America to study for this brand new Encanto land. Now, one of the clips that they showed in this was an Imagineer sitting on top of a Mayan temple ruin and like sketching something in a book. And people were like, wait a minute, why are they going to Mexico in order to study like this Colombian story? Now, what I have to remind people is that this concept art for this brand new South American land does not only include Encanto, it also includes Indiana Jones, a brand new Indiana Jones ride, which is said to have a brand new story that is not going to be attached to the one that's over in California at Disneyland. So maybe this brand new original story from Indiana Jones will be from him as, you know, wandering this Mayan temple and exploring and finding some spooky people and stuff like that. I would absolutely love it. Which all of that got me thinking, is Disney in 2024, 2025 really needing two Indiana Jones experiences at two separate parks? Now, this is not like Star Wars. It's not like Harry Potter where you need to split up the fans, because at this point, I love Indiana Jones so much, but I know Disney at least does not value it as high as everybody would expect, and I don't either, because it's just like, it's good, but the most recent movies have not done the best. It is literally like everlasting. They could have it there forever. The Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular here at Hollywood Studios was not even an original like opening day attraction at MGM Studios. It opened just a few months after the park officially opened. This stunt show seats so many people. It's a huge people eater, and it takes up so much space and backs up to not only the regular parking lot, but also the cast member parking lot. Just adjacent to the Indiana Jones stunt show is the Backlot Express. Now, both of these combined takes up a large amount of space of Hollywood Studios. Not only is this the Star Wars park for all of Disney World, but also the Pixar park. There's not a lot of room on the other side of the park, mainly because there's a lot of backstage buildings that they can't really get rid of, maybe even a mini parking garage. I don't know, I've never been backstage here. But if you're combining the Indiana Jones stunt show as well as the Backlot Express, and maybe a little into elsewhere, I cannot think of a better location for Cars Land. Obviously, nothing has been announced for this just yet, but D23 is just around the corner, and they really need to have something big to combat all of the hype around Epic Universe. So I think this is like honestly a pretty a pretty solid, not prediction. I don't want to say it's a prediction.
If they announced a Cars Land is coming to Disney World, I will be singing to the gods. I will be so happy. I am usually like so against them like having the same ride or land in like on each coast. I think it's so unnecessary. Like I personally think it's kind of stupid to bring like Avatar to Disneyland. I think they should do something completely new. However, Cars Land is the exception. That is my favorite themed land in any theme park ever. I think it is so well done, and I would love to see it here in Hollywood Studios, whether it's over there by where the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular show is, or if they put it, this is where I always say it could go. What is it called? Animation Courtyard, where they have the Pixar or the Disney Junior thing. I don't know. I don't know if there's room over there, but I would be fine with them. I would literally be okay with them bulldozing anything at Disney World to put Cars Land here.
No, absolutely not. Honestly, that is very extreme. Tower of Terror needs to stay, correct?
As much as I love Tower of Terror, I love Cars Land so much more. Imagine just basking in the neon lights at night, eating a cozy cone, sipping a beverage. Oh my God.
One more brief connection that I want to make before heading back to Star Tours for one last ride is that this new hydraulic stand has a really, really weird name to it. And I thought it was really weird until like yesterday I was talking with a friend on Instagram and I was like, you know what? That's weird, but also maybe it would bleed into the Cars Land, that this ice cold hydraulic stand would make sense suddenly in this general area. I know it's Star Tours. I do not think they're going to get rid of Star Tours. I hope they don't get rid of Muppet Vision, but also that's another thing that's possibly on the chopping block. Another not opening day attraction here, and clearly Disney does not care about opening day attractions here at this park because there's literally nothing left. I don't even think there's anything left because Star Tours was not opening day as well. No, nothing's left. Nothing's left. Kristen, what does Soarin' and Star Tours have in common? Here's a hint. No idea. This is also voiced by Patrick Warburton, who is the chief flight attendant.
Honestly, I was going to guess that. I should have said it. I was, I swear.
Okay, sure you were. But yeah, they just pitched up his voice. I don't know if you ever listened to this, paid attention. Let me try to get an audio clip.
Long time no see. My optic circuits have been out.
It's literally Kronk. He's like doing his Kronk voice. Or Joe from Family Guy? No? Well, that was a really eventful Star Tours, not because of what happened on the ride itself, but what happened before the ride. We got on the ride vehicle and then we're told, hey, gotta get off, there's an issue. And then took about 25 minutes to find the next one, and it took a lot of time. But other than that, it was pretty good. I got pretty much the same exact scene, like I said, at the beginning, same transmission. So literally, other than like Hoth being at the beginning of this one, rather than what was the one I had before? Crap, I don't even remember. It was pretty much the exact same, and I'm glad I did it again, but hopefully after this first day, they have more of a variety than they had today, because I feel like it was definitely forced with the ending scene and everything like that. Would you just look at how beautiful the sky looks right now against the Chinese theater here? Look at this. Oh my God. Do you not see this? Look at it on the camera though, look at this.
It looks better on your camera.
It looks better on this camera. Like I did say before, this is the very first day that they debuted these brand new stories, or what they call it, stories, here on Star Tours. This is something they announced last month, and unfortunately to me, they posted about it again yesterday, because I was like, ooh, I put it on my calendar a month ago. Nobody's going to remember that it's happening, and then they posted again, and then like literally everybody was here, and I feel like that's why a lot of the lines were super long today, but it was still worth doing twice, and I'm glad we got to do Mama Melrose, talk about all the new news stuff. And I did have an idea for a YouTube video where I rode Star Tours over and over again until I became the spy, but unfortunately YouTube does flag content that involves torture, so I can't really be doing that to myself, especially if I'm trying to make YouTube work. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today, and we'll catch you guys real soon. See you pity viewers later. Bye. You know what, Kristen? Thank you so much for helping out today. This is for you. Oh, okay.